So after having not worked with a kids program prior to my coming to Cutthroat and coaching at Cutthroat Barbell, the experience that I had working with the kids program was fairly limited. So when I got here, it really surprised me how in depth the program goes, especially in terms of the youth barbell club. From what I expected to what I actually saw from when I got here were two completely different things. I wasn't exactly really sure how a youth program was run, but after coming here and seeing just how holistic the kids program is that we run, I believe that it's one of the best programs in the area. We're all for no early specialization of kids when they first start weightlifting, because there's a lot of value found in doing a lot of different things to build a really good base for as far as athletics and coordination and long-term health are concerned. We try to give the kids a lot of that in the barbell programming we have twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So they're showing up and they're warming up, and they're not just doing things like snatching or clean and jerking for the hour that they're here those days. They're really focusing on building a nice athletic base, doing a lot of general physical work, things to help build coordination. For example, things like box jumps. We have a lot of kids who come in who can't even do push-ups or pull-ups. We have kids who have difficulty doing sit-ups. So basically just building in those skills that a lot of kids don't get now in their elementary through middle school physical education programs. We try and give that to them. And then in addition to that, we do snatch and clean and jerk as well as squat, because it's important to have those base skills and the base movement patterns down in the sport of Olympic lifting. Just in my opinion, I think it's the best youth program in the area, and not knocking any other programs, but I really believe that we know what we're doing and that we have a good handle on how to train youth and make them better and get them ready to compete in the sport of weightlifting, or really any sport that they choose to pursue. And this last weekend was a good indication of that. We had 4 athletes go into the Saturday session, and the majority of those athletes are in sports outside of weightlifting. So we have swimmers, we have wrestlers, we have baseball, soccer. You can think of it, we probably have kids that are doing it. I'm really happy with how the kids program is run here, and I would really encourage any parents who want to get their kids into the sport of weightlifting, or they want to try something new, not to quit all the other things they're doing, but just give it a shot, because it's a nice addition to add to what they're already doing. It gives them a good base. It allows them to build long-term health, like I said, and I think that with the programming we have and the staff we have and the coaches we have, we're really setting these kids up for when they get into adulthood to be healthier, more coordinated, more balanced adults with fewer injuries. I love the kids program here. I love coaching the kids, and I can't wait to see what happens in terms of their athletic futures. That's the thing that does it for me. Like, if we have somebody who come in, a kid who comes in who we're teaching from day one, like all the basics. Somebody who can't keep their back flat when they're hinging their hips to lower the bar to their knee, or somebody who has really poor overhead mechanics. They can't get the bar overhead, and when they do, they can't even squat with it. To seeing them snatch 20, 30, 40 kilos, that's really what does it for me, and that's why I like coaching the youth program. Weightlifting is a fun sport to get into. It's one of the best sports in the world, and I love it. I would honestly, if I could snatch, clean and jerk, and compete in weightlifting until the day I die, I would do it. And I think getting to share that with this youth program and all these kids that are coming in is really special. And I think that the majority of the coaching staff, actually all of the coaches we have working with these kids, feel the same way. And we're basically just trying to make them better athletes, and getting to share what we love about the sport of weightlifting and our sport that we love is just icing on the cake for them. You know, there's a lot of rumors or myths out there talking about how weightlifting for youth athletes when they're younger is poor for muscle and bone growth, or it's going to stunt their growth. We've all heard the myth. It's along the same lines as if you start drinking coffee too soon, it stunts your growth, or if you smoke cigarettes, it stunts your growth. Lifting weights at lighter percentages when you're an athlete, and by lighter percentages I mean these kids are small, so the weights they're lifting aren't going to be maximal attempts that, like, say you or I would take. But these kids lifting lighter weights when they're younger is not going to stunt their growth. It doesn't make them shorter. Even though I'm very short, I didn't start this until I was about 18 years old, so that's just genetics on my part. So it's an old ancient study that people like to quote. It's along the same lines as squatting below parallel is bad for your knees. That old chestnut, but it's definitely a program I would love to, you know, share with as many kids as I could, as many kids as I can, because it's really it's an awesome sport. The easiest way to get into this program is just to simply get started. Send us an email, contact us via Facebook or Instagram, and just let us know what you're thinking or what you would like your youth athlete to become a part of. And then we can sit down and talk about where we want to take him or her. And then from there, basically the sky's the limit. As far as you want us to take them, we can take them. I love youth weightlifting. I love the athletes we have. I'm proud to say that I'm part of this program, and I'm really excited to invite more people into this program.